Good evening, everyone. I'm Diana Williams.
And I'm Bill Ritter. We begin tonight with 2 cases of bubonic plague. Eyewitness News broke this story today at 5 o'clock. And tonight, the patients, a married couple from New Mexico, both of them are in a New York hospital. And right now, the man is fighting for his life. Jim Dolan with late details. He is at Beth Israel North on the Upper East Side for us tonight. Jim?
Bill, that man in extremely critical condition. His wife also hospitalized, both with cases of bubonic plague. Health officials say there is no danger of an outbreak. But had this couple waited just 1 or 2 days longer, this might be an altogether different, altogether more tragic story. So credit the doctor who got a phone call from a couple of tourists from New Mexico who thought they had the flu. But the doctor knew, even over the phone, this was far more serious. At Beth Israel Medical Center tonight, something most doctors have never seen. Indeed, there hasn't been a case of it in New York in more than a century. But as rare as it is, Dr. Ronald Primas knew almost immediately. The couple he was seeing in his office had bubonic plague.
He actually was very sick. He had a fever of 105 and just sweating profusely and just extremely weak. Couldn't walk more than a few feet.
A husband and wife visiting from New Mexico called Dr. Primas yesterday. He brought them to Beth Israel Medical Center, where they were put in isolation with classic bubonic plague symptoms: a high fever, swollen lymph nodes, usually in the groin, a purple hue to the nodes, profuse sweating, and as the fever progresses, confusion. The Beth Israel victims are from Santa Fe, New Mexico. Their property in New Mexico had rodents and fleas that tested positive for plague just this summer, and they were in New York as tourists when they got sick.
They were at risk, and you know, people in this area have absolutely nothing to worry about. People who they were sitting next to on the plane have nothing to worry about. People who they were staying in the hotel have nothing to worry about. People at the hospital have nothing to worry about.
Today we're announcing the...
Well, after Eyewitness News first reported this story at 5 o'clock, the city health department held a news conference tonight to assure New Yorkers the couple became infected back in New Mexico, not here in the city.
Both of them were most likely exposed to infected fleas, probably on their property, where we know there were infected fleas not long ago.
And to say the plague cannot spread from these patients.
Bubonic plague is not infectious, it's not contagious, it doesn't spread from person to person.
And it is extremely treatable if it's caught early with simple antibiotics. But if this couple had waited just 1 more day, the doctors, the medical personnel, the hotel workers probably would have all had to be isolated and treated. As it is, the man is extremely critical and fighting for his life. Reporting live from the East Side, Jim Dolan, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
An alert doctor, credit him. Thank you, Jim. A little more on this bubonic plague. The tri-state area is not a section of the country at high risk. The people most at risk, according to the CDC, are those who are exposed to rodents and fleas, and they tend to live in the southwestern states, such as New Mexico and Arizona, California, and Colorado. The highest rates, according to the CDC, occur in Native Americans, especially Navajos. Now, for more information on the plague, you can log on to our website, 7online.com.